We are here today to talk about the predictions that we made for the 2025 season in the animals that we thought were going to increase in value. Let's dive in and see if those predictions were correct. Starting with our number 5 prediction, which was spiny tail geckos. Now, spiny tail geckos have become more and more abundant at shows. I actually saw one at a show. We were just at the White Plains Expo today, and we did see some spiny tail geckos. So they are becoming more and more popular, which is very cool. But I haven't really seen their prices change very much. I thought they might go up a little bit in value since there was going to be more captive bred ones, which it kind of is, but for the most part, the price range has stabilized at the same and has not necessarily increased, but hasn't decreased either. Moving on to our prediction number 4, we'll talk about this guy. This is high-end ball pythons. Now, this is a Mojave Wookiee banana clown male that we got, and our predictions for the high-end ball pythons was that they were going to go up a little bit. I wouldn't say we're necessarily wrong, but they kind of stayed the same for the most part. There's some genetics that are coming out that are definitely hot and more people are getting interested into, and that people are purchasing them very quickly. So I will say that sales seem to be doing quite well this year for high-end ball pythons, but I would still say that it's about the same as it has been. Moving on to our number 3 prediction, and that was kind of broadly stated as frogs. And the reason why I said frogs is because the more and more keepers that are out there, there are so many people, which I find absolutely perfect, is that they want to have these correct enclosures or bioactive enclosures, and frogs fit the bill for that very perfectly. Dart frogs specifically love bioactive enclosures. You can have a beautiful planted enclosure with beautiful, just whole decorated and stunning. And I think that that is why people are going for frogs more. There are some people, some sellers of frogs that saying that their sales of frogs have increased 100% and the value of some of their frogs have increased as well. Some of the more basic style frogs, more of the toad-like species of frogs have not necessarily increased, but some of the more tree-dwelling or the vibrant colored frogs are definitely picking up in price and sales. Moving on to our number 2. This one was leaf-tail geckos. Leaf-tail geckos are definitely increasing in popularity, and more people are producing them in captivity, which makes it even more exciting. There are so many people now working with some of the color mutations that leaf-tails naturally have. So it's very cool to see how that goes. I do think that leaf-tails are going to become more and more seen in the hobby, and there's going to be more and more people working with them and breeding them for color mutations like they do, such as like Chihuahuas and things like that in the future. So very excited to see this, but there are still a large amount of wild caught ones that are keeping the prices pretty much the same. So I wouldn't say that the prices have necessarily increased, but sales and production has definitely increased. Moving on to our last one, which is Uromastyx. Uromastyx are kind of the same. I honestly thought that their sales were going to increase much more this year than they have. They are doing very well, don't get me wrong. There's more and more of them produced in captivity. I just thought that there was going to be more and more sales, but the sales have pretty much stayed the same through the year. And I'm not really sure why, because they're such cool creatures, but I think that there's still a lot of people that are still learning on the care, and they're a little bit more afraid of the level of heat that you have to have for those animals. But they are very unique, and there's certainly many different sizes that you can get and different color combinations now. And I think through the next few years, Uromastyx prices are going to go up. But like I said, pricing is pretty much the same, and there's still a lot of wild caught ones out there that are keeping those prices low. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments below if you think we should do a prediction for 2026. And let me know if there's any specific reptile that you think is really going to take off in the 2026 season. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.